Hello, this is Chaos Lord David, and I've got another game of Kill Confirmed on Interchange. And this game, I go pretty beastly on this game, but the thing is, this is mainly about the what it says on the title. Of course, it says, 1 kill away from a MOAB, crying face. And this is really the game that was 1 kill away from a MOAB without me being a Dougal. And I was pretty much heartbroken when I well, I wouldn't say. Well, maybe I would call it a little heartbroken, and the other part very, very sad. But then again, it's still pretty beastly because it's probably because I've been playing against some moderate players. I'm not sure if you would call that beastly, but I mean, just getting a 23 gun streak at a game like this is pretty. I mean, I'd say it's pretty beast in my book. I mean, no matter what kind of players you go up against, but. Yeah, there was a guy that was AFK that I killed, but and I thought I would try and get him just so I can just be a dick diver, but apparently he has good reflexes, so he decided to aim downward. And since I was so close to getting a MOAB, I may as well just stick with this class. And as you can see, I'm using the MP7 with the target dot red dot sight, because I think for most submachine guns, it just makes the red dot sight just makes these submachine guns a whole lot more accurate. Besides, I like the target dot sight on guns like these. It just makes your shots a lot more accurate. I mean, it's sort of like just a regular plain old single dot, but I just think that the target dot provides a bit more precision. I mean, I'm not saying that the iron sights on the MP7 are bad. They're not bad at all. I mean, I just really like having dots on guns like this, because I think any kind of combination with an MP7 is, I mean, I would say it's really good, because I think, in my opinion, this is one of the best guns in the game. It's a very magnificent piece of machinery, and yeah, these shots kind of sucked, but luckily I got the kill. But this isn't the kill streak that I go on. But anyway, I'm using the MP7 with the target out sight, and for the specialist strike packages, I'm using sleight of hand, assassin, and recon. And here's the reason why I'm using these three. Well, my main perks, first of all, are scavenger, hardline, and dead silence. And the reason why I'm using scavenger is because it's so that I can have more ammo, and when I can refill ammo anytime I wish. Hardline is when I can just get my specialist perks a lot quicker, and dead silence is when I'll be completely silent, and plus when I won't take any damage when I fall. Just like if someone shot me and all of a sudden accidentally fall, that won't screw me over. So I gotta be prepared for something whenever I have to take a fall. And for the reasons that I use these three for the specialist perks is sleight of hand, so I can obviously reload and swap weapons faster. Assassin, so I can stay off the radar and not be affected by any other kind of disrupting technology. And recon is when I can just paint an enemy whenever I shoot one. It'll stay on my radar, so I can tell where he is. I won't let him lose my sights, or get him out of my sights. And I mean, it's a pretty good combination. I mean, I'm sure a couple other combinations could do well, but I just thought this is a pretty decent one since it got me this far. But this is the kill streak that I go on to get the 23 gun streak. And I mean, I'm gonna keep using this class to give me my MOAB. But sometimes I think if I use a very noisy weapon, it'll just make me. Sometimes it makes me think I'm just gonna get spotted on the radar a lot, and then someone will know where I am. So there'll be there may be someone around the corner waiting for me to come out, and then they'll just shoot away. So it just sometimes it makes me think that if I use a silencer, it would be a little better. But I think silencer actually weakens the bullet damage, since it shortens the range. But because I think besides bullet damage, playing the whole damage thing, I think also range adds up to the additional damage a little bit. That's my opinion, besides how far it can shoot. Because sometimes I think whenever I have used its gun silenced MP7, it usually would take a lot more shots than it would normally would to use with a noisy MP7. Like, I think if a noisy MP7, it would take like maybe 4 shots to kill him, and a silenced MP7 would most of the time would take like about maybe 5 or 6. And there's my specialist boner. And this, of course, is the kill streak that I go, the gun streak that I go on. But since I got the 23 gun streak like this, it just makes me just feel like I should just try to keep going and just try to get the MOAB. I mean, even though it's on kill confirmed, and I do play the objective, but I just think this is a very good game type to try and give me the MOAB. I try to avoid I try to avoid the tags, because most of the time these games will just like whenever they start, it'll just be over before you know it, like maybe 3 or 4 minutes later. That's majority of the time. I mean, same with team deathmatch, because usually, even though it's such a 7,500 is the score limit, it takes like maybe 3 to 4 minutes to finish. It goes really fast. Same with kill confirmed. I mean, I really do play the objective. Also with domination, of course, but I just think if I try to avoid the tags, maybe it'll help me get what I really want before I go back into playing the objective. I mean, because I really hate to stop playing the objective, but if I play the objective, I'm never going to get the MOAB. The reason why I'm saying this because I think they should have at least raised the score limit for, instead of 65 tags, put up to at least maybe 75 or 80 tags for regular kill confirmed, and of course raise it for a ground war to maybe like 110. I mean, they should at least raise the scores, because some of these games just go by way too fast. And the reason why I'm saying is because I'm trying to avoid the tags, and they should have at least increased the score limit. It's because my one of my teammates actually got the final kill, and he picked up the last tag needed to win the game. So I was very upset with that guy. But other than that, I feel a little bit to blame for this, because I did touch a tag before he touched the final tag. I thought I would go around it. I thought I went around the tag, but it actually turned out to actually touch the tag. And this is the point. This is the point where my I was shaking, totally shaking. My asshole was tightened. No, for real, my asshole was tightened. That's the tag that I touched. If I haven't touched that tag, I probably would have gotten the MOAB. So that pretty much wraps it up. So I blame you, teammate, for taking that final tag. Why do I keep saying dot tags? I keep thinking Gears of War. Well, anyway, I'm not going to stop getting the MOAB. I'll try to get this up on here soon. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, take it easy.